Queensland was spared the loss and devastation seen in many countries. But, Mr Speaker, the pandemic is not over. The past week has seen a 15% increase in active cases, increase in hospitalisations and an increase in COVID-related ambulance call-outs. Last Thursday, there was a total of 105 COVID patients in our hospitals. Today, now, there are 203. The fourth wave that we have been expecting now we believe has arrived. But, Mr Speaker, no one should be alarmed. We have been living with this virus for a long time and Queenslanders know what to do. The Chief Health Officer has advised that our COVID traffic light system should switch from green to amber. It means that it is recommended, and I say recommended, that we should wear a mask in healthcare settings, on public transport and ride shares, indoors where you cannot socially distance, and if you're around people who are vulnerable to COVID. Mr Speaker, this applies especially to our seniors in our community and those who are at risk. As always, stay at home if you are sick and get out those rat tests. Mr Speaker, the Health Minister will detail these measures shortly. They are effective as of tomorrow. Mr Speaker, I also want to strongly encourage all Queenslanders to ensure that they and their families are fully vaccinated. For most people under 30, it means having 3 shots. If you're over 50, you need 4, and your vaccination record is online at the MyGov website. You can find information about your vaccination needs at the Queensland Health website. Mr Speaker, this is a time to be alert but not alarmed. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that Queenslanders can count on each other to do whatever we have to. Yeah. Mr Speaker, Queensland's screen industry continues to shine, with the production of major movies and television series continuing around the state. 3 international projects are currently in production. Disney Plus series Nautilus, Godzilla vs Kong featuring film sequel, and Land of Bad starring Russell Crowe alongside Australian brothers Liam and Luke Hemsworth. Mr Speaker, even Russell Crowe took to Twitter last week saying, "It's been a long time since I made a movie in Queensland, loving working here again. Everywhere you look, this place is a movie in itself." Yeah. All are filming on the Gold Coast and a host of other locations in the southeast and, of course, far north Queensland, Mr Speaker, which I know you're very passionate about. Combined, all 3 are worth $182 million to the local economy and creating 860 jobs and 1,250 opportunities for extras. I had the privilege of visiting the set of Nautilus recently, which is a 10-part Disney Plus series based on Jules Verne's classic novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Mr Speaker, can I say it is remarkable. I met some of the cast and crew there to see the craftsmanship, the Queensland workers that now have permanent jobs moving from one movie to the next, Mr Speaker. And of course we know it's that pipeline of jobs connected with the industry. So once again, Queensland is an attractive destination for filming. Mr Speaker, the Screen Australia Drama Report 2021-22 released this morning confirms that Queensland's screen industry contributed $465 million to the local economy in the last financial year. This result continued momentum from last year's record expenditure in the state, largely due to Queensland's pandemic measures, and was the second highest result over a 5-year period. As the Sunshine State opened up from the pandemic, its reputation as an ideal filming destination, backed by winning combinations of incentives, crews, locations and facilities, contributed to this pipeline of films. These included Ticket to Paradise, Wizards, Nautilus flocking to Queensland, as did homegrown series including Upright and Darby and Joan. Queensland also rode the wave of record-breaking investment in Australia drama by streaming services, with Screen Queensland supporting projects from Netflix, Stan, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Amazon and much, much more. Netflix alone produced 5 titles in Queensland, 4 backed by Screen Queensland, including Boy Swallows Universe, which is currently in production, Irreverent, A Perfect Pairing and True Spirit. In 2021-22, the Queensland Government, through Screen Queensland, supported a total of 45 productions and digital games made in the Sunshine State. And our competitive post-digital and visual effects incentives ensures Queensland is well positioned to capitalise on the unparalleled growth in post-production opportunities. Mr Speaker, tomorrow at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month, Queensland will pause to remember all those who lost their lives in wars, conflicts and peacekeeping operations. It is a significant moment for all Australians each year, as important now as it was more than a century ago at the first commemoration of the armistice. Tomorrow, Queenslanders will observe a minute's silence, and the House will pay its respects to veterans who have died or suffered serving and defending our country. Mr Speaker, our government is committed to supporting veterans during and after their service. It's why I'm pleased to announce the establishment of the Queensland Veterans Council and the Veterans Reference Group. The Council will help raise the profile of our veterans community, include 6 members appointed by the Governor, 2 nominated by veterans organisations. The Governor has appointed Quentin Masson, DSM, the Chair, along with members Lorraine Hatton, OAM, and Chris Hamilton. The veterans nominated are Robert Skoda, CEO of the RSL Queensland, and Nicole Hayes, CEO of North Queensland Legacy. It also includes ex officio members from the Department of Premier and Cabinet and the Brisbane City Council. The Council will be supported by the Veterans Reference Group. Mr Speaker, I'd like to congratulate each member and look forward to working closely with them. And on behalf of the House, I wish them well in their important new positions. Finally, Mr Speaker, on the eve of Remembrance Day, I'm delighted to announce the latest recipients of the Premier's Anzac Prize. And what a prize it is. 8 students and 2 teachers will travel to Europe to tour Australia's war memorial sites. The first to do so go since the COVID pandemic from 2020. They'll visit places that remain and will always be at the centre of our history and identity. To the Churchill War Rooms in London, the Versailles Hall of Mirrors where the treaty to end World War I was signed, the battlefields of Fromelles in Belgium, and to attend the Anzac Day dawn service at the Australian National Memorial at Villers-Bretonneux. Mr Speaker, I'm delighted to announce they'll be accompanied by my Assistant Minister for Veterans Affairs, Bart Mellish, a tireless advocate for the RSL and our veterans, and he's done a remarkable job in that role and attends many functions throughout our state. The visit will allow them to see and hear, to learn all about the Anzac tradition, heroics and spirit, to become ambassadors for the Anzac legacy. Previous winners have told me they came home with a richer, more deeper understanding and appreciation of what the Anzacs did and what they endured and what being an Anzac means and what the Anzac means to our country. Mr Speaker, the winners are chosen from 40 high-quality applicants from years 9 to 12. I'm sure it will be a life-enriching, life-changing experience for all. The 10 are among 128 to take part in the program since 2013. In partnership with the RSL, Queensland are platinum sponsor for the next 3 years. Mr Speaker, the winners are Annastacia from Emerald State High, good name, Claire Gaddara, St Monica's College in Cairns, Dashiell Solomon from Ambrose Tracy College in Indooroopilly, Hillman Pranawo from Pimlico State High School, and Noya Ahmadi, Forest Lake State High in my electorate, who has, along with her family, are refugees from Afghanistan who found a new life here. Yeah. And, Mr Speaker, Nora wanted me to pass these comments to the House, that the Anzac spirit aids not just people born in Australia, but also those from elsewhere who have sought home from here, and she's with us in the gallery today. Yeah. Mr Speaker, other winners are Sarah Ellie from St Joseph's in Toowoomba, Thomas Eccleston, also from Ambrose Tracy, and Tom Philippich, again from Pimlico. The teachers who will accompany them are Alison Marsh from Marsden High and Alexandra Cashian from St Mary's Catholic College in Kingaroy. And Alison's here as well. A huge congratulations to all, and Mr Speaker, I'm sure that all in the House would join me in wishing them well, safe travels and an amazing learning experience.
I call the Deputy Premier.
Mr Speaker, Queensland's supergrid